X. What's good, everybody? It's me and Meme Lord. Huge news has dropped. We're gonna wait till some people come on in right quick. Got nobody in right now. Let's wait a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it right now on the X. So give me a second.
All right.
All right, there you go. I'm back.
All right. All right.
Yeah, this is new to me. I
All
never done the live like this.
right. Me either, bro. Me either. This is my
Yeah,
first time ever doing it on the phone and even adding somebody on the phone.
yeah,
I mean, I believe there's a lot more better quality. People are able to hear a lot more clearer on here than
right.
on my things. It sucks. I got to get a better mic. What's good, everybody? I see some people checking in. We got Tropic in the house. We got Ratha in the house. I ain't gonna be able to read all the comments. Hey, Mimlo, you can see the comments.
Yeah, I can actually. Yeah, you got Teresa Starr, Larry Barber, Julio Ramirez, Aaron Gandhi. I'm gonna kill some of these names. Sorry. Tropic, Hoxie, Prince Ola, K Rock. They're all in here. You got
Okay,
24 people
okay,
right now.
okay. That's enough. That's enough. Hey, man, you guys seen the news that happened today? Dogelon Mars is not playing. And Meme Lord, I know you have a lot of information. Go ahead and drop the bomb on them, bro.
Yeah, so Dogelon Mars finally came out from the official and dropped the link saying you're able to buy land starting tomorrow, and the
Yes.
metaverse is going to launch on the 30th. So my guess is Rufus is coming tomorrow as well, because the whole point of buying land is so we can burn Elon. They said when you buy land, you're able to burn Elon. So that means maybe starting tomorrow, when you're buying your land, it's called acquisition. So there's a website they put, I think it's called land.dogelonmars.com. You click on it and it does a countdown. It says, I think, 23 hours and some minutes and seconds where you're able to buy land. So that's exciting news, man. Finally something, right? It's possible because, like I said, if they're go ahead, sorry. It's because you're kind of choppy. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. Buy you some land because who knows what partnerships they have. They haven't said anything, but I think this is the FOMO we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing some FOMO a little bit. And actually, I think like about 4 or 5 days ago, you had whales buying. Remember, I wasn't on the live with you, but because I was sick, but there was
Right.
people buying, like there was like about five buy orders that were over 100,000 to $99,000. So I think a lot of people knew what's coming, you know. So yeah, I would say buy you some land, not financial advice. You never know, because like say for instance, Sandbox, right? Nobody knew what Sandbox was, and then when Snoop Dogg partnered with them, the land that was next to him was selling like for millions, and before that, you could buy it for like 500 to 800 bucks, and then it turned into millions. So who knows? The land you buy, it could be something next to somebody who is partnership, and then the good thing is we have that play on Mars. Who's not going to want to build on Mars? Companies are saying let's go to Mars, and if you notice, Bybit came out and said, "Oh, we're going to Mars," or something about Mars today, and then a couple other exchanges said something Mars, and I go, all of a sudden everybody's talking about Mars, and then today Dogelon Mars drops that big old bomb.
Crypto.com did the same post with there was four. It was Dogelon Mars. It was Rufus, the sister or the mama. It was four of them
Yeah.
that was walking on a crosswalk. And Crypto.com dropped a post, a picture with four astronauts walking on the same sidewalk.
Wow. I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
catch that one, but yeah. Oh, I think I did. That's right. I remember. That's right. Yeah. I just saw it briefly. But yeah, man, it's exciting news. Finally something. And like I said, it's gonna be burning a crap ton of Elon. And then when you're building on your metaverse, because I've been beta testing, and every time we were building on there, I mean it was just beta testing, so you weren't able to burn at that time. But every time you created something, it says you needed Elon and then it goes to burn it. So not only by buying it, building on it, and then, like I said, developers developing on Rufus too.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was,
Damn.
to be honest with you, the fudder's been coming hard the last 10 days, saying, oh, the devs are selling, they've been dumping. And I always ask them, show me the transactions where, they've been dumping. Because I've been looking at all the wallets the devs own. I know they own the Olympus Mons wallets, which there's 7 wallets that contain 7 trillion Elon each. And I think it adds up to, oh man, I think like $800,000 per wallet. And
Wait,
I've been
what?
looking
Wait,
at it.
hold on. Mimlo, what you say?
So, okay, so remember when Methuselah was involved and Coinbase helped them move 7 trillion Elon in 7 different wallets, which was called the Olympus Mons wallet. And Dogelon Mars official came out and said, "Thank you, Coinbase, for helping us move those transactions." And Coinbase said, "Anytime," with a thumb or a salute. So those
Right.
coins, I think about 2 years ago, they did that move, and you can check it. It's in Etherscan. Nothing has been bought, sold, moved, transferred, nothing, nada. So I think that's what they might be burning. That's just my opinion, which wouldn't be much. It would be, I think, like what? 7 times 7 is what? Man, my math is bad. I think,
Seven times seven is
prob-
49 trillion.
so there you go. Let's just say about 49 trillion worth of Elon could possibly be burned. And a lot of people would say, oh, that's a little bit. But you got to remember, with Rufus chain, it's going to be burning a lot more stuff. Not just that.
You know what?
So
Wait, hold on. You know what? This is how we're going to know. How much is the if you don't if you can't look at your phone, if somebody is in the comments, moderators, any moderators, uh, look up on Etherscan how much is 7 trillion tokens in one of those wallets. How much is that? Because that's how you know the transactions. So depending on how much they are selling each land. So they may have some property that like it's like acres. It's about how many acres that you're buying on Rufus. It's like it's real estate. So you could buy an acre for probably a half a million. No, yeah, a half a billion tokens or a billion tokens, or you could buy 1,000 acres for about 10. You get what I'm coming from?
yeah, and also, you know what I just forgot, but you saying buying, I forgot. You have to stake Elon in order to buy it. Remember, they did say that. So that's where you're going to have a lot of locked liquidity too. Somebody said, oh, Bimmer Finn, sorry if I'm chopping that name up. It says each wallet is 810,586. That's 7 trillion. And I know they have about 7 wallets, I think. So yeah, he's right on the nose. It went up a little more because of course the price went up. So it fluctuates with the price, of course. But remember, it does say on the dogelonmars.com website that you have to stake Elon in order to buy land. So maybe depending on how much you stake is as big as the land you're going to get. Does that probably sound right?
Yes, but now I got to figure out, could we take our Dogelon Mars off of on. Can we take Dogelon Mars off of crypto.com and just send it over? I ain't going on speed. Send it to off of crypto. Of course, we could transfer it, but
Right.
with its staking, it's like a staking pool, liquidity pool type shit.
Right.
Whereas you're
Exactly.
able to earn interest on leaving your Elon, the purchase that you bought the Elon. Oh, that would push up the price.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's where Wintermute comes in. It provides liquidity as well. And then also, what was I going to say? I don't think because okay, so dealing with the metaverse, right? It didn't give me an option to use crypto.com. It had to be off, like, let's say MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, all that good stuff.
Right.
So so it's probably you're gonna have to lock it from there. So you're gonna have to transfer it over from crypto.com in order to do it, like from to a wallet, like a, well, I call it a medium wallet, because a medium
Something
hot
like
wallet. Yeah, like MetaMask,
Trust
crypto.com,
Wallet.
Phantom, all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So
Shit.
yeah, man, it's gonna get crazy the next week or so. Like they said, they put a post, I think 4 days ago, 3 days ago, that says, are you ready for the week? We are. So I said, oh, something's coming. And yep,
I'm gonna
bigger
throw
than
10
anything.
billion. I'm just gonna throw 10 billion in the land.
Yeah, and like you said, like I said, and you said, depending on how much you stake, and I could be wrong, but I remember going on the website and seeing if you stake, you're able to buy land. So it's a two for one. Not only are you staking, but you're buying the land. That's two transactions right there on Rufus. So hopefully, when you're doing the land acquisition, I bet you anything, it's going to be a website on Rufus, or you're going to click on it and it's going to take you straight to Rufus, where you're able to do, and I know they're going to have a swap on there, kind of like, Shiba swap. So they're going
Right.
to have a swap in order for you to do that transaction. So let's see what it's called. If it's Rufus swap, Mars swap, maybe they're naming it after Dogelon mom's name, which is Astrid. It could be Astrid swap. Who knows what they're going to call it?
But you know what though? This is what got me thinking. So the tokens that, okay, if when they do that burn, we're not even gonna talk about the burn right now.
Right.
So using gaining liquidity, not liquidity, but just interest on our Elon that's being staked on the land. So they're going to have a portion of the Dogelon Mars tokens in the circulation supply pulled out for that, because that's how you're going to earn interest. They're paying you in Elon.
Right. Right. And
So,
oh, go ahead.
uh
Go
huh.
ahead. No, no, go ahead. You were
No,
making a point. Go ahead.
because if you're able, a trillion tokens, now you got whales that holds at least 2 trillion, 3 trillion, or even more,
Right.
I see where you're coming from. Could they have, let's just say it like this, the interest, the APR is about what, 2%, 5%? I believe it's going to be a lot more higher as
Right.
how
It's
long you lock it for.
exactly. Yeah, and it's actually APY, annual percentage
Right,
yield.
APY,
Yeah, APY. Sorry,
correct.
did it, yeah.
No, no, I needed that. You know what I was trying to say, meme lord.
Yeah, no,
Shit.
no, yeah, but just for the people who
But
don't know, how, like, we know, but some of
APY,
them, yeah, APY. And real quick, what I was saying is, the circulating supply, right? Okay,
yeah,
it only goes down when you burn, right? You know what people
right.
aren't factoring in?
Huh.
What when you buy on crypto.com, right? And you've seen their wallet, they have, like, I think, like, what, 20, freak, man. I think like 25% of
They
the
got,
supply, right?
yeah,
Plus they have a couple other wallets, and then everything else. So that means that on all the exchanges, including crypto.com, 45 to 50% of the supply is already taken. So that means
Yeah.
there means there's only half the supply left. So if people are going to be buying land and even partnerships, like let's say KuCoin, KuCoin, whatever, let's say that they do what they're going to do, that means they're going to pull it out of there and then they're going to stake it just to buy, to participate if they do,
Oh, that
so
would be a major burn right there, because
exactly.
all the exchanges are going to throw it to Elon that they're holding, because there's a lot of exchanges on there. They are going to throw it onto the land and leave it there staking.
Right. Right. And they did say that, like I said, the Great Burn, they did say that they were going to burn a portion of it. And I'm going to go back because I know a lot of people have been throwing FUD around saying, oh, they've been
Uh,
selling, they've been buying, and all that, all the devs, right? Like I said, you can look on Etherscan, it's all there. It's not BS. I'm not talking out of my what. It's right there. That's why
right.
it's crypto. You can see everything. So, anyways, if you look on there, when Methuselah had owned it, they said that they were going to access those funds out of like I think 969 years because of Methuselah's age. That's what they were going for because what they were doing a nonprofit. So what they said was the way they got those, it was through charity. A bunch of partnerships purchased them for them, and then they kept them in there, and that's what they were going to use for their research and development because they're nonprofit. So if you
Right.
think about it, when the devs purchased all the tokens from Methuselah, and Methuselah stepped back, they couldn't burn, they couldn't do nothing with the tokens, or even like how Dogelon Mars they've been giving away, like on partnerships and like to the community, like the $10,000 worth of Elon they gave out, and then some other stuff, airdrops they did, and all that good stuff.
All those burns.
Yeah, yeah. So Methuselah couldn't do that because their lawyers probably told them, hey, this is donated to you. You can't do nothing like that. So I think that's what held us up on the project for 2 years because Methuselah didn't know
Right.
what to do. They're not into crypto. They don't know the laws. They're into science. So my thinking is they're gonna have to burn those, give them away, or do some. I don't think they're gonna give away. They're probably gonna burn them. So I'm thinking they're gonna burn them, and the reason why is because those people who donated it, what do? They claim it on their taxes, right? So
Right.
they can't say we're giving it back to you or we want our money back. It's already taxed off, right off. So I think that's what they're going to be burning. And I'm glad it's not that much because if they burn too much, then Rufus becomes useless. They're trying to, like
Right.
it's a blockchain. So they're trying to make it last for a very long time to come. And
Uh-oh, hold
there's,
on. Oh, sorry.
oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, no, you're good,
Go
good.
ahead,
Go,
bro.
go.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay. So they're pretty smart that they're building Rufus. And yeah, of course, every developer can use it. But if you notice, they're using it for GameFi, mostly a GameFi ecosystem. And what is everybody getting into? GameFi. They're like tired of like, let's say Call of Duty, Fortnite, where basically you buy the skins, but you're leasing them. They're not yours. So I think the GameFi industry is going to be getting really hot, especially with GTA, because I think GTA, the new one, they said that you're actually able to, uh, I think, earn and buy stuff with Bitcoin on there.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So I think they're pretty smart that they're doing the metaverse, as a burn mechanism as well, but also tapping into that GameFi industry by saying, hey, we have a blockchain that's for GameFi. Very low transaction fees, seamless transactions on multiple blockchains. And like I said, why would you want to? I know there's video, games are not going anywhere like console games, PS5, Xbox. They're going to be here forever. But a lot of more people are going to come to GameFi because they're going to say, wait, what's this crypto thing? I play a lot of video games. Let me get paid to play. And that's what Dogelon Mars is doing in the metaverse. It's a PTE, play to earn. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
But you know what though? You know what though? Um, think about it. They need Rufus chain to stay here forever. That could be taken out of the circulation supply. So say if they need, because the APY is going to go down. If all those tokens that's on Rufus chain, it will be burned per transaction. This is how exchanges get paid, by transaction fees. And the fees are in Elon.
Yup. And I'm glad they didn't do another another token. Kind of like what Shiba did, right? Or Shiba. What they
Yeah,
did is they made
Bone
like three
Unleashed.
different, yeah, they did like three other tokens, and they're like, oh, it's cheaper and faster. I go, not really, because you have to interact with three different tokens in order to interact with the ecosystem. So I'm glad they just kept it to Dogelon, just to Elon, so it doesn't mix anybody up, and it doesn't make it more expensive. So, and then with Rufus comes governance too. So the DAO is going to
Right.
get more interesting, because I know right now the DAO is kind of like it's not good. I don't really like it,
Uh,
but I mean they have to start off from scratch. So that's why they're creating the DAO. And if you notice, they
inside the
partnered up with,
metaverse.
yeah. So what they did was they partnered with Classroom, which is, if you go to dogelonmars.com, click on collabs, they did I did boardroom, and it's an AI DAO. So they're getting heavily into AI. So the DAO is going to be more. It's going to be basically more. What am I trying to say? More interactive, rather than kind of how it is now, where it's kind of, to me, it's not confusing, but I know to other people it is a little confusing.
Right. Damn.
Give me
Oh,
one
so
second.
another thing too.
I'm gonna be listening, but just give me 1 second. Give me like a minute or two. I'll be right back. But I'm gonna stay in here. Just give me a second.
All right. So another thing too, guys. Once that metaverse is drops tomorrow, I'm gonna set things up, and the thing about it is, I know you guys are gonna be like, you guys are gonna take some time to be able to get your tokens together and get you a piece of the land. But you don't need to buy a piece of land if you want to come, because I'm gonna start doing videos inside of the metaverse. So my lives will be on the metaverse. Yeah, it's still gonna be through YouTube or whatnot, but I'll be doing it inside of the metaverse, man. We gotta evolve, and definitely I'm gonna be up in the Dogelon Mars metaverse. Man, that's awesome. Some awesome damn news. And I'm sorry about the noise and whatnot, but it's Mars forever. So if you guys are probably asking and wondering why am I doing a live on my phone, I have a crypto conference to go to down in Fort Lauderdale. I've been posting it on my stories on IG. I also posted it down. Let me go through. And I also been posting it on the X. Now, like what I said, I will be doing tours. Hey, you can't even see me. I will be doing tours in your state. Let your people know to book me. But I'm talking to a crowd out there, man, and I'm gonna let them know about Dogelon Mars. So we're gonna I'm putting in the work. Me putting in the work. You guys are putting not gonna disclose a name or whatnot, but I seen on there that the guy said, man, these influencers talks about um to pump up a token so that we can sell and dump our bags on people like us. I say people like us because we are all as well. I'm not going to say other RWAs because Dogelon Mars is a RWA. We're dealing with real estate, family. This is real estate. You're buying acres, acres. So you're able to buy acres. Of course, you're buying land, but you're able to lease your land. It's just so much great, man. Listen, when I say 3 zeros, 3 zeros easy. But that's just, I feel like that's just, talking too low on the prices. But at the end of the day, you just do the math. 3 zeros and you hold a billion tokens. You spent 150 on a billion. At 4 zeros at the Shiba Inu price, that was around 1,000.
I race. I actually like. I actually. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll be. Because over here in Dubai, it's fun. You go to the desert and stuff like that. But man, I messed up my rims a lot.
All you guys got is freaking supercars in Dubai, and then y'all got those the doom buggies for out there in the desert.
Right? Yeah. It's more fun over here a little bit. It's not like America where you spit out the window. You're like, you're gonna get a ticket. You get a ticket for
Yeah,
everything over
yeah,
there. But yeah, I'm back.
big
But yeah, what you were saying, man, is a lot of people don't realize, when you say 3 zeros, they're like, oh yeah, okay. You know what? Remember what I was saying back in 2020? Wintermute part or when Shiba they partnered with Wintermute, and everybody can go check the chart. It was at 9 zeros, and then a year later, after they partnered with Wintermute and they got all their stuff together, they actually dropped 5 zeros. 5 zeros. So Dogelon Mars at one point in time was the highest we've had was 7 zeros. I actually think eight. I think it was eight. And if you think about it, take away five, what do you have? 3 zeros. So it's
yeah.
very possible because we don't even have listings that are major. And this is what people should think about is how many times have you seen, and it's not hating on coins, but coins that don't have utility, the Trump coin, fart coin,
Yeah.
peanut, what was that other one? Freak, I forgot what his name was. Chat, super chat or
You
Chad
said,
something. You know,
yeah,
they all got listed on Coinbase, Binance, went up like what, like us, like 10,000%, and now nobody's buying. Well, they're buying it, but not as much. So that should tell you that these exchanges are waiting for this day. It's happening tomorrow to buy the land. So the land is available tomorrow, but the metaverse comes out on Monday.
so hey, look,
Oh, hold on.
so check this
Oh,
out.
there you go. There you go. Sorry, we couldn't hear you there for a minute. Well, I saw your mouth moving, but
Me,
nothing was coming out.
shit. Um, damn, bro, you were saying some shit and lost my train of thought. Damn it.
Was it Wintermute and Shib, or the listings that that they must be waiting?
Hold on, it almost came up, man. Winter
All
mute,
right.
5 zeros. Winter mute. Oh, okay. So Fartcoin, Trump coin, all those tokens, people don't even know it. But do you know they started off with 90 what 100 trillion tokens? That's how they're making the tokens nowadays. They're not making it. I've done seen some tokens that they created that has 999 trillion tokens, but ate up. They started off at 12 zeros and sitting at 5 zeros for a good cool couple of months. And what they do is, and meme lord, this is what I saw, and this is what I see with Trump coin. What they did a massive burn on those tokens, and then that's when that shit reached across a penny. But this is the minimum of what they're doing. They're doing 900 billion tokens in the circulating supply, or they're doing at least a half a billion. No, no, no. 900 billion tokens. That's the max that they're doing nowadays with these new coins that are coming out. That's
Right.
running to a penny and 5 cents. Uh, then they're doing the least that they're doing is 1 billion tokens. So with the token supply that we have at right now, which will be dispersed into other sectors in the Dogelon Mars verse, metaverse, and Rufus chain. I'm just throwing. I'm not saying this is where it could be at, but shit, they could just leave 5 trillion in the circulating supply, or just leave it at 999 billion tokens in the circulating supply,
Right.
because
And
it's manipulation. They already know that these major whales. Okay. Now with these major whales, you're a big whale. Don't get me twisted, but major whales that people think are on list one and list two are the ones that are exchanges. There's exchanges, and then we got wallets. The like Coinbase wallet. We got the Binance wallet. Crypto is called Chronos Chain now wallet, and all those other wallets. But we didn't even tell anybody about the Binance peg. What would that be used for? You get what I'm saying?
I honestly think, remember how I told you even before all this happened, I thought there was, well, I think there's a stable coin coming on the Dogelon Mars. One, I see it because they're building a lot of liquidity. Two, it has to be pegged to something. And three, why would they be labeled a commodity by the CFTC? Why would they be partnering with Wintermute? Which Wintermute actually not only like for liquidity, but for institutions to buy. So to me, they know what's like. They know what I think the Dogelon Mars team knows what's coming. Institutions wanting to buy, but this is where I'm not going off topic, but it's on topic. This is where sputters annoy me because they say, "Oh, the devs are selling whatever, da da da. It's
Yeah.
not a good token, whatever." Wintermute doesn't just partner with anybody. They have to partner with RWAs or something that has value, or if they know that, hey, you're not a security, you're a commodity. That's their rules if you check it. So for me, like I said, off topic, on topic, people are crying about the burn. Let me tell you right now, burn does not dictate price. That it takes
Facts.
at least a year for a burn to kick in. If you're into crypto like say for me, I've been here 9 years. Next year is going to be 10. When I hear people talking about, not you, other people, Well, what about the burn, the burn, the burn, the burn? That tells me they know zip about crypto, nothing, nada, because burning does not dictate price. What dictates price? Volume, 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 volume. What's coming in? And when I hear people saying about burn, I just wanted to get this off my chest because it's been bothering me.
Go say
Is
it,
yeah, instead of looking at the burn, people, you need to look at the AI metaverse. And the biggest, giantest thing is it's a blockchain. Rufus is a blockchain. To me, that trumps everything, even the AI metaverse and the burn, because that means you're no longer a meme coin. You're an actual full blown blockchain. You're going to be up there with like, like let's say, let me see, what's a like
bro.
a good, like
XRP,
any, yeah,
XRP.
like it could be,
And
yeah,
why
like
I
because
say that?
it's a
Hold on.
blockchain.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah,
My
but
bad. My bad.
it's no, you're good. It's a blockchain. You're gonna be up there with like let's say Arbitrum, like Matic back in the day. Matic kind of, it's not good anymore. But you're up there with the big boys now because you have a lot of locked liquidity. That's why all these blockchains are doing so well because they have a lot of locked liquidity. And guess what? They do staking. Like say for instance, ICP. I know it's been going down, but what hasn't been going down? They have, I think, over like 40 or 50% of the supply is already locked in the NNS, which is the nervous network system, where you can stake. You could stake for up to 8 years, right? Which is nuts. But it's up there like that because why? Because you can build on a blockchain. If we were just a meme coin, then I would say, yeah, this ain't going anywhere. It's just gonna delete two zeros and then everybody's gonna sell and it's gonna go away. But with it being a blockchain, that trumps the burn mechanism. I'm sorry, because burn mechanisms do not dictate. Burn does not dictate price. It does, but over years. All right. So when people say, and they're going to say, "Oh well, they did the great burn and they're burning, but nothing happened," that's telling me you don't know crypto. So I tell those type of people that are futter. Yeah, I tell those people that are futters, not people who are just learning, because you got to learn. But the ones who are fighting, I tell them shut your mouth because you saying that you have no idea about crypto because volume always dictates price. Just like I'm going to tell you this, what's going to dictate price when all this utility comes out? Guess who's coming in? Binance, Coinbase, Robinhood, Kraken, maybe even eToro. Because eToro, I know there's a couple cryptos on there too. All those people are going to come in because they're going to say, wait, institutions are buying. This is no longer, no offense, a shitty meme coin. Because for a couple years we were a shitty meme coin. I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't say that. But I'm just saying we were looked upon as a shitty meme coin. Now, bro, we're a blockchain as of starting tomorrow, hopefully, because with Rufus, you have to with the buying the land, Rufus has to be there. So it's a blockchain. And even Dogelon Mars himself said on a post, the AI metaverse, one of the many applications being built on Rufus blockchain. So that's telling you people are already taking it serious and developing on it already. So to me, screw your burn that people are saying, oh, it's going to make the price go up. You don't know nothing if you're saying that. No offense to the ones who
That's
have
not.
no offense. I'm going to say this last thing. No offense to the people who don't know any better because you're just learning. But this is to the futters. They keep saying burn, 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 nothing. That tells me they don't know about crypto. They just put $1,000 to $5,000 in, and they were hoping for like a 10x to 100x because they thought it was going to be a pump and dump or the next big thing, and then it was going to fade away. No, that's not what we are. If they're doing all these partnerships, then that means they're trying to last for a very long time, to the end of time.
But you know what? I'll tell you like this. You know what other? You know what other financial institution
Well,
that
what?
is going to swallow up Elon Mars?
Which
It's
one?
Grayscale, um, Grayscale, Arkham, Uh, what else? Fidelity, because I'm gonna tell you what,
BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard.
this is the new thing that they're doing right now. This is what they're doing. They are like what the XRP. I'm gonna give you, it's not on topic because we are on that phase. This is what they're doing. You're able to buy XRP from Fidelity, all these financial institutions, and hold the token. But they are holding your physically token, your XRP. What with Dogelon Mars with the blockchain, also used as a RWA, as a real world utility, because they will be using at on Mars, they are going to purchase the Dogelon Mars from Rufus Chain because they've seen this out. They're going to sell it a lot more higher than what they got it. Think about that, meme lord. What you think, bro?
Actually, that's what I was coming to next about Wintermute. Guess who uses Wintermute? All the exchanges. That's one. BlackRock, Fidelity, all that. And that's what they use to do the transactions and the hold. Now, check this out. If you look at Fidelity, not Vanguard, because they're not really into crypto that much. They're going to start being, I already know. But if you look at BlackRock, all the big ones, Fidelity, etc., they actually own Shiba Inu. They own a lot of it and some other meme coins. So if Dogelon's partnering with Wintermute, that means we already know what's coming. So yeah, you're right on that. You took the words out of my mouth because that's
And
what I was
like
going to
what
talk
you
about
said,
next.
volume. Imagine how much volume with
Yeah, you went in and out there a bit. Yeah, you're going in and out a bit.
yes, there's gonna be too much people that's gonna be able to buy Dogelon Mars from us, like for cheap. Let's raise up the volume. Let's raise up the price. So the more we buy, the higher the price goes.
Yep, exactly. And oh, excuse me. If you notice, the reason why Wintermute's stepping in is because you could buy OTC, which is over the counter. So you can basically they could buy it at a cheaper price, the institutions, without rocking or shaking the price down. But it will make it go up, but it won't make it go down when they sell because there's a certain level that they buy at. Like they buy at a different price than we do because they're buying large amounts. So what Wintermute does is they step in and say, "Hey, oh, you're trying to buy 5 million, and then you're going to try to sell it for like 50. We're going to sell it to you at a different price, and when you go to sell, we're going to sell it to you at a different price that's a little
Yeah.
bit lower. So then they don't make it do a pump and dump. But that's the whole thing is why we get a lot of futters is and a lot of negativity. They think it is a pump and dump, and when they see it's not and they're not making their money, they get mad. So that should tell you it's a solid project. If the price, like, check, like, if you notice when Bitcoin went down to 98K because of the war and everything was going on, Dogelon Mars held that 6 zeros 11. It didn't break it. So that should tell you that's our heavy, heavy support. One. And two, that means it's not going to go any lower when Bitcoin goes lower. And it's not going to, I would say Bitcoin's going to keep teetering at like 100K, and it might go down to like the new support, which is 98K. But that's telling you Dogelon Mars is holding better than any other meme coin I've seen so far.
Yeah, yeah. So hey guys, Milo, I'm gonna have to go. I had
Okay.
someone calling me, so I don't want the
No, no,
phone to
you're
hang
good.
up. But we're gonna do. Listen, guys, who's watching? We're gonna do a space tonight. I don't know what time I'll be out of the conference, but we'll do it. If yeah, on my way back home, we'll do a space. So once again, I appreciate it. Meme Lord, just set up a space,
Yeah.
and whenever I walk out of that place and leave, I'll call you, and we could do that space tonight. But I know you're
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah, for
something as
sure.
well. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I said, over here it's 1:20 p.m. So be safe out there. Have a good time.
all right, all right. Good
All right,
luck,
buddy. Take
guys.
care.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.